Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, before we get started, I want to sit there and quickly talk about Sunny and Nina, right? Because you had the large amount of fan base that was just like, what are you doing? What is this? Like, you're joking, right? I mean, we all know that there's a lot of people that do not like Nina, right? They love the Carly and Sunny, you know? Carly is literally that ride or die chick, right? So they wanted to give this whole thing a try, and I think a large part of it had a lot to do with Maurice Bernard, right? But even though some people was happy, the majority of the people were not happy, right? This is why, Nina keeps there saying, well, yeah, I'm finally realizing it's over and this, that, and the third. And it's like, Sonny didn't really try, right? Like when he found out about the whole SEC thing or whatever, he could eventually got past that, okay? I've seen him get past much worse. But this is one of those things where it's like the large majority of the fan base was just not feeling it. And so they just kind of gave up on it. It's just my theory, but I mean, you could just tell, like, he didn't really sit there and try to fight for this relationship like he had any sort of love. It was like the minute he found out, oh, go on, what memories? What good times did I have with her? You know? I mean, he wasn't even married to her that long. He just gave up like that. Um, so the pharmacist calls Valentin and it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And it's like, his wife is snooping around and stuff like that. I want to be done. And Valentin's like, okay. And he's like, you're not upset. It's like, listen, if you was gonna go to jail, you would already be in jail. He doesn't have a wife. Describe it for me. Um, then he'll sit there and say, then he was like, I'll figure it out and I'll take care of it. So he goes to Nina and asks, hey, listen, did you make up with Sonny? Um, she's like, no, I'm pretty much just kind of accepted that, it's over. But then she says, hey, she's talking and she brings up how Ava's really close to Sonny. So he's like, okay, cool. I know who it is. I have an idea. And I'm very curious of how he's going to sit there and deal with that situation. Now, I was watching a little bit of General Hospital at work. People were sitting there saying, yeah, I think Ava has something to do with it. And I'm gonna, okay, for anyone that's sitting there thinking that Ava has anything to do with these pills, or this operation, please tell me your working theory on why. I don't see it, right? But I'm very curious about what y'all are thinking about. Or how, if you're thinking that she's involved, how. I wanna get an idea, a sense of where people is coming from. Um, Now Nina does talk to Ava, and pretty much they go tit for tat a little bit. Her main purpose of going there is because Ava was somehow able to get in contact with one of her assistants or somebody that works in Crimson to try to promote an up and coming artist. And at first Ava plays coy and she's like, yeah, I did, but I didn't want you to sit there and turn her away because she's really talented. And she's like, yeah, I most likely would have, but I just don't like the fact that you did it behind my back. Like you've been sitting there trying to steal Sunny from me. So they go back and forth. They talk about how both of them didn't really change, which is actually pretty correct. Um, it's just when they do things that's like, oh, this is typical Ava, this is typical Nina. It's just more of a how long is it going to sit there and take before this person does the next thing? Like Ava, with the whole Nicholas thing and everything like that. Now she's doing this whole thing with Sunny and backstabbing Nina and everything like that. And of course, Nina with her shenanigans. So it's like in reality, it's the definition of pot calling kettle black. So John comes in, and John talks to Nina for a little bit, and Nina's just like, yo, listen, just be careful with that one. And John is like, all right. He asks questions about Ava. It's like, hey, listen, has families, been talking to him, giving them gifts or anything like that? And Ava just like, I don't know, I don't. He don't talk to me about what he does. And John pretty much just says, I have you on surveillance. Start listing all the things that she was doing that day. And Ava didn't like that. And he was like, you know, like, you can't do this. And John pretty much was like, yo, listen, I came here to do a job. I'm doing this job and I'm going to get it done. So you just gonna have to deal with it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking this character a little bit because he just has this very no nonsense. I don't care who you are. I'm coming in here to do what I have to do, and that's just the bottom line. He's like that with Jason. He's like that with Ava. Okay, he's ready to sit there and give anybody the business, sit there and get things done. And I can rock with that. So Anna is pretty much telling Jason, you gotta sit there and deal with Carly because now she is making this investigation a lot harder. And if John, if Jack finds out, Mr. Brennan finds out, he knows about, John and everyone, investigating him, he's going to find a way to shut it down. And if he shuts it down, that means that the deal with Jason is off and Carly goes to jail. So essentially, she kind of sent herself to jail. Now, I did sit there and say yesterday, just to kind of clarify some stuff, yes, she didn't know. She didn't know that when she came in there to see Brennan that she messed up an investigation. And why would she? She's not psychic. But the thing is, once she found out that she did, that's where she should have stopped, right? Of course, she decided to double down and, you know, be her. So at this point, um, Anna's just like, listen, we're gonna have to find a way to make the mistake work for us. If Jack reaches out to someone, we're gonna have to sit there and find out who and kind of get ahead of this. So they talk for a little bit. Anna leaves to meet Valentin, and Danny comes in there to ask Jason to go to the wedding for Monica because now she has pneumonia, and then next week she's gonna have something else, or in a couple months she's gonna have something else. Um, And he agrees to go. Now, at first, he's like, what are you doing here? Does Sam know? And part of me is just like, damn, you really should have to be that petro about spending a few minutes with your son because Sam wants to act like a raging Karen. Um, Now, again, you can tell that Anna is working Valentine, coming in there with a little cute little outfit on and everything like that. So she came there and she had that certain sexy tone, I'm not going to lie. Um, and she was just working them. They were, I don't exactly remember what they were actually talking about. I think it was something about change or something. Yeah. Anyway, I think it was about change or something. It was going through a history left by redemption or something. But you can tell that she's trying to work him, which is not going to be easy because, Valentine is not an idiot. I mean, yeah, men, we kind of do have somewhat of a fatal flaw. I'm not going to sit there and say what that is. Y'all women can figure it out. But a lot of times we are on our game 8 out of 10 out of the time. The hell else would have happened? Now, Alexis is going through her, speech or whatever, or her brief that she's going to sit there and present to the board. So they talk about that for a little bit, and then Gregory talks about how he messed up, how he felt bad, and just about bringing that up, the whole Finn sleeping with Jackie, just kind of throwing it in his face. Now, here's the thing. Alexis talks about how she felt like she messed up when Christina first came out, right? And this is kind of an important conversation a little bit because Natalie keeps Natalia keeps dismissing Blaze whenever she comes out. She says that she's gay and stuff like that. And one of my friends was there saying that she was homophobic. And the thing is that I don't think that's what she is. Alexis explained it very perfectly. When Christina first came out, she was more nervous because she felt like her life was going to be a lot harder. Um, her being gay and just how people act. Some people are just in the Stone Ages. Some people are just words that I can't sit there and say on YouTube. But like, she just felt like her life was going to be a lot harder, and she was in just protective mode. And so, when she told her, it didn't come out the best way. She did apologize. She learned and stuff like that. And I think that she said that she was probably a better person for it. And that's the same thing with Natalia. It's not that she has a problem with um, people that are LGBT. It's just that she probably sees how some people react, and she doesn't want that for her daughter. She doesn't want her daughter to sit there and be faced with all those different challenges and the way that people act and how they treat the people that are LGBT. And that's what it comes down to. Um, and pretty much, Alexis like just explain it to him because my whole thing is like I don't know. See, the thing is, I'm not a parent, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I can get past. There's a couple of things that I couldn't get past, right? One of those things is cheating, right? And I don't know if I can ever be friends with somebody if they slept with my girlfriend. I'm single, by the way. I'm just sitting there saying like, um, I don't know if that's something I can get past. And so when Gregory was like, and I was surprised that, I thought I got past it, I was like, that's not something that you just, get past and move forward. But the difference is that is his son. So I can sit there and say that for a lot of reasons, but with your son is a different. With you being a parent with your child is a different relationship. I mean, it's just all sorts of messed up. Um, and I can understand in a way how he couldn't get past that. That's human. Now the last scene is with Jordan and Drew. Just talking about business stuff and um, making the city better and hit big project and stuff like that. And then the congressman comes in, talks to Jordan for a little bit, leaves, and then he's like, "So did you, pretty much, did you think I was not going to find out that you were a convicted criminal? When you try to sell me this whole project?" And Drew was like, "Yeah, I knew you was going to find out, but I didn't want to sit there and lead. Well, oh, by the way, I went to jail for SEC insider trading or whatever. But I want you to sit there and take a look at this project." And at this point, he's like, "Hey, listen, I still think it's a good idea. You can just sit there and say Michael said it. Michael, I'll pass it off to Michael. And my name won't even be a part of it." And then it just gets into this conversation where it's like the congressman wants him to run for Senate or something like that. And, Drew was like, "I never thought about that, but, Congressman's like, you seem like a good person. You have good ideas. Your heart is generally in the right place, and I think you'll be a good fit." So I think most likely he's going to sit there and run for president. I mean, run for senator. And also, he was like, "By the way, just you should probably use the name Quartermain. Just uh, put that out there." Um, I don't know. I guess it's still since they're doing this whole love triangle. Now, towards the end, Gregory gave Alexis his lucky medallion or something. Then they kissed, but she's not going to be at the wedding. Tracy is. So Tracy has a thing for him and everything like that. And I'm just like, so how are they doing this, by the way? Like, how are they doing this somewhat love triangle when the person in the middle is dying? Like, granted, I never cared about love triangles ever, but like, this is an odd one that they're doing, unless they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, we misdiagnosed you and we can sit there and save you or find some sort of treatment that would probably insult people that are dealing with that in real life. I mean, I have no idea how they're gonna go about it, but I'm kind of interested. But I'm also just like it's GH, so they're gonna find a way to F it out. Hopefully they don't. I feel like that's about it, but I might have missed one or two things. If I forgot anything, and hopefully I get through my second review, watching both. If I can get through all that, then whatever I did forget, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, and Young and the Restless. And that is largely depending on if I finish my um, review on Days in bold. But I think I have enough time. So, kind of close. Anyway, I will see you in the next video and hopefully live stream.